meeting, which is, what is it? It's the 2,373rd meeting of the Darien Police Commission to order, and I presume somebody here is going to make a motion to approve the minutes of July 17th. Would you do that? Thank you.
And I'll second it.
And I'm in favor, so we're all set. All right, we have correspondence and commendation received for Officers Martin and Schwenger.
Yes, they were working the Marine unit on the 13th, July 13th, and at the tip of Pear Tree Point, came upon a vessel in distress, and this gentleman wrote a employee commendation for those two officers. He said they went above and beyond expectations with helping us to get our boat back to the yacht club, and that saved them many hours of frustration, and they got us to safety and saved the day. That's what the Marine unit's all about.
That's right.
And
That's what the entire police department's all about, right?
Yep.
You got it. Okay.
did they print this out on the website? Where did this
Yeah,
piece of
you can
paper?
print that out on the
So
website.
this person went to the trouble, print it out, and then send it to you?
Yep.
Because it's
Yep.
handwritten.
Yeah,
Do we
good.
know where the Halloween yacht club is?
Stanford.
Yeah.
The Halloween yacht club.
I
think that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of on Canal Street, it's been there for, I think that yacht club's probably been in existence for 100 years.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
Long time.
So that's nice. All right, department activity.
So Lieutenant Aaron Zulo is here in Captain Marin's absence. He's on vacation, so he will give you some department activity.
On July 23rd, officers responded to a subject who made suicidal comments and caused damage to his parents' home. The subject was transported to the hospital for an evaluation, and a summons for disorderly conduct was issued. On July 24th, there was trespassing and vandalism reported at 543 Middlesex Road. Teams were using the pool during the overnight hours, causing damage to a fountain. 3 of the 4 individuals were identified through surveillance footage and issued citations for trespassing. They did deny being involved in the damage to the fountain. On the 24th also, there was a motor vehicle burglary reported at Cherry Lawn Park. A wallet was taken from the bag located in the front seat of an unlocked vehicle. On July 25th, officers responded to Mansfield Ave residents in regards to a domestic disturbance between mother and son over underage drinking. On July 26th, officers responded to TD Bank and reported an attempted larceny by fraud. That investigation is ongoing. On July 29th, there was a vehicle attempting to make a right turn onto the Post Road from West Norwalk Road, which struck a bicyclist who was riding on the east on the Post Road in the shoulder of the westbound lanes. Both the bicyclist and the vehicle operator stated the vehicle had come to a stop at the stop sign. The bicyclist declined transportation to the hospital and was issued a verbal warning for improper operation of the bicycle for traveling on the shoulder of the roadway against vehicular traffic. On July 30th, Captain Anderson and Lieutenant Shredders recently attended the FBI National Academy Training Conference held in Phoenix, Arizona. This conference is open to command-level law enforcement officials who have attended the FBI National Academy in Quantico and is recognized as being the premier executive law enforcement annual training conference in the country. Also on the 30th, Carlos Artilis was involved in the theft of mail from mailboxes in Darien in January of 2019. During the forensic examination of Artilis' phone, detectives located child pornography. An arrest warrant was sought and granted. The bond on the warrant was set at $100,000. The suspect was served with the warrant at Stanford Superior Court on the 30th. August 1st, officers responded to police headquarters and reported domestic disturbance between a estranged husband and wife over the custody exchange of their son in the parking lot. August 2nd, on July 25th, a larceny of a wallet was reported from Trader Joe's. The complainant said the pocketbook had been in the top seat portion of the cart while she shopped. $400 of various credit cards were taken. On August 4th, 3 unlocked motor vehicles at 2 separate residences on Huckleberry Lane were burglarized during overnight hours. 2 of the vehicles were accessed through the unlocked door of a garage. Nothing was taken. Overall, there were 608 calls for service, 54 medical calls, 45 burglar alarms, 1 burglary, 3 motor vehicle burglaries, 5 larcenies, 15 motor vehicle accidents, and 129 traffic stops.
So we have an exhausted department, right? Boy, that's a lot
Been busy.
of stuff. Okay, old business, entry-level exam, we know the sad story there.
Yeah,
But-
you know that we
Oh,
have
yeah.
just one offer that's going to go to the one officer, or one candidate, I should say. We'll be doing that tomorrow.
Okay, and maybe we understand, but maybe for the public, you can explain why this is happening.
We were notified just a week or so ago that the Police Academy class that was scheduled for October 6th was canceled and pushed back to December 6th, I believe. So there's a 2-month delay, so we're not going to be able to hire anybody, or get them started in the process for another month or two.
Right, and we should have approximate, at least at the current moment, we would be short 2, is that right? Once you retire.
Once, right, September 1st.
Okay. Okay. I am happy to note that we do have some traffic issues this week,
Yes.
Captain, correct?
Go right ahead. You want to jump in on West Avenue?
The curve at West Avenue near the Stanford line has been somewhat problematic forever. We don't get an inordinate amount of collisions there. We did recently have a collision there with someone, there was a roadway departure and ended up taking down somebody's, I think, columns on their house, if I remember correctly. This was related to a bona fide medical issue and not a speed or a reckless driving type situation. But we did receive a request from a resident for some enhancements down there. Some of the things we can't do. Speed humps cannot be put on West Avenue. It's not an acceptable road to put a speed hump on. We've already worked with the DPW, and if the new and enhanced signage may already be installed there. The signage that was there was, somewhat faded out. DPW, of course, as they always are, willing to assist us to get new signage in. They're going to cut back some foliage there. We can certainly do some enforcement in that area, but so we haven't had an inordinate amount of collisions on that corner. West Avenue does have a 35-mile-an-hour speed limit. We do enforcement down there. It'd be highly unlikely that we would be in any kind of position to lower the speed limit there, nor would lowering the speed limit, I believe, make any appreciable difference in the traffic activity. We are addressing it the best we can.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay. We have, what's the second one? You drive, you text, you pay campaign?
That campaign is from August 1st until August 15th. Some officers are out there now, probably getting wet, looking for basically distracted driving and cell phone violations.
Okay.
And one thing that I would like to add on that some people may not be aware of in the public as of now, like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, they changed the statute. There was a time when the cell phone law first came in that you could operate your cell phone while you were stopped. The statute said the vehicle would have to be in motion. That statute was changed at least 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. I had 2 conversations with 2 very nice ladies this week that they were completely unaware that that was the statute. You cannot activate your GPS while it's in your hand while you're stopped at a red light or a stop sign. You cannot activate any electronic device while you're in a vehicle on a public highway. If you want to do it, you have to pull over and stop and not impede traffic. And I think a lot of people may be not aware that that law was changed quite some time ago.
Thank you.
Just as a side note on that too, the overtime that the officers are receiving, the department's being reimbursed by a Connecticut Department of Transportation grant. So grant money.
So it's a statewide initiative?
Yes.
Okay. And then we have some appointments and resignations.
Yeah, we, as you know, Captain Barron's been a longtime member of the accident investigation team. Due to his promotion, he's going to be stepping down because he has a lot of other responsibilities. So we put out a a email of interest, asking people who's interested. 'Cause the accident investigation team, the training for that is quite extensive. Just the first course that you take is 2 weeks long, and then the second course is another 2 weeks, and there's a lot of homework involved and in-class preparation. So you have to have somebody that's really dedicated to doing that type of work. A lot of math involved, computer programs. So Officer Mike DeSantos is interested, and we're going to get him the training that he needs to put him on the team. And Captain Maron's going to kind of still keep his hand in it until Mike is fully trained.
And next, we,
On the regional ERT team, Officer Cusano, who was put on the team late last year, has found that due to family conflicts, he's had a new baby, he's unable to attend all the trainings, so he's going to be stepping down from the team. We're going to be seeking another officer that might be interested in that.
okay.
And probationary officer Bryce Brown has finished his approximate 3-week FTO session. Came through it very, very well, and very, very positive reports from his FTOs. And he's out on his own already. Serving.
Oh, that's great. That's,
Good report so far. He started on Monday.
That's great.
Actually started over the weekend.
I'm just going to ask you, Chief, if you could comment, given, and we talked about this yesterday, so I don't think I'm getting you without some prep. Given what's gone on recently, obviously, in El Paso and Dayton, we here in Darien Police hear of a disturbed individual who may be a possible threat to himself or herself or to the public. What can we do in the state of Connecticut?
What we do and what we have done in circumstances in the past, Connecticut has what's called a risk warrant option, and if we feel that someone is a danger to themselves, a suicidal person, or a danger to other people, and they are in possession of handguns, or they're in possession of weapons, we can do a risk warrant and seize those weapons. And once we do seize them, that person must attend a hearing down at the Stamford Superior Court to determine their suitability to have those weapons. So we would, if we get information that a person is a danger to himself or a danger to others, we would document it in a risk warrant, which is basically a search warrant allowing us to seize them. We would seize them, and then they'd have to go to a hearing.
And how would we know if said agitated / disturbed person even had weapons?
We would open an investigation. If somebody called us about a person that's disturbed, they're making threatening comments, or perhaps they're suicidal or whatever, we would interview the people involved. Are there weapons in the house? We would check and see if he has a gun permit, if he has guns registered to him. A number of different ways to determine that.
And this has actually happened in town, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this is not just a theoretical situation. We have experienced this type of a situation in Darien, and
It has.
And the good thing about this is, like every other investigation, there's judicial oversight of this. It's not the police coming running to your house willy-nilly. We present the evidence that's brought to us to a neutral and detached magistrate who looks at the facts and goes, yes, I agree. We need to be involved here. So it is a two-pronged approach. It's not just the police doing this on their own.
right, okay. So I was certainly happy to hear that we have that ability in Connecticut, and it's actually interesting. I think this morning in the Times there was an article about a similar situation. It pointed out that Connecticut was, I believe, the first state to come up with this type of legislation.
It's been around in Connecticut for a while.
Yeah.
I remember doing one when I was sergeant in the detective bureau. That's going back a number of years.
Yeah, understood. Okay, is there any other new business that anyone has?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, then
We have nothing else.
we will move to go to executive session, and am I correct, we're not voting on anything?
There will be no, I won't ask for any votes tonight.
Okay, thank you.